G'day everyone, it's Justin and Scott, two dads again from Australia, and today we're in a 2017 Subaru Impreza. Mate, I thought we'd drive the Impreza today. This is a new car that's been brought out probably earlier this year by Subaru because it's quite an important car for Subaru. It's based on their new Subaru global platform, which means that pretty much all the future generations of Subaru are going to be based on this platform.
Okay. Yep.
So the Impreza that we're in today, this is the top of the range one. It's called the 2-litre IS. It's $28,990 in the sedan. That's the list price for the car. They also come in hatchbacks as well. Hatchbacks are about $200 extra over a sedan.
Yep.
And these things start off at about $22,400 for a base 2-litre.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cheap entry point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, very competitive.
Yeah.
Very competitive. So, mate, they come with a 2-litre Boxer engine. Subarus love their Boxer engines, 4-cylinder. It's got 115 kilowatts and it's about 196 newton meters of torque. Interestingly enough, the torque figure is actually fairly high in the rev range. It's about 4,000 RPM for the torque figure there. So, yeah. But again, being a Subaru, they love their sort of Boxer engines and all-wheel drive. This one's all-wheel drive. So you'll see when you drive it, mate. I think it's got that stability and that nice secure handling to it.
Yep.
Yeah, mate. I've had this car for the last week, and it's one of those funny cars that you jump in initially and you think, yeah, it's a good car, but then the more you drive it, it shines through. It actually, to me, feels like a really nice, refined, secure car.
Yep.
So, yeah. But I think, the big thing that Subaru's kicked in this car for 2017 is, they've upped the features in it big time. It's got, the Subaru eyesight safety thing, like it's got the 2 cameras in it, as opposed to a lot of manufacturers just do the 1 camera. It's got stereo vision in there, which helps make the things like pedestrian safety and braking and stuff like that. If you see things in front of you, a lot quicker, a lot faster, I suppose, for the car's computer to adapt to. So it's pretty good.
Okay, and I think we see that as one of the really great family-friendly safety features, right? Like it really adds to a family when there's a lot of distractions in the car and everything. Yeah, that's one of those things that, if I had the choice, I'd pay the extra money to get that on the car.
Yeah, it's pretty much standard on everything above the base model. In the Impreza there. But another interesting feature, mate, this car's got. I mean, you remember the Maserati we drove?
Yep.
And
I do remember the Maserati we drove.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Yep. And how it had
That'd be the Quattroporte.
Yeah, the air scarf thing in the grille where it shuts down to improve the fuel economy and stuff like that.
Yep.
This has got it too. It's a little one in the bottom of the grille down the bottom there. That, at temperature and speed and things, it'll kick in there just to stop the air flowing through the engine to improve the fuel economy, aids the engine warming up quicker, all that kind of stuff.
Wow, that wouldn't be the technology I'd expect to have on this.
At a $28,990 car, it's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aluminium bonnet as well. A lot of weight reduction thoughts gone into the car on this generation of Impreza, which is good. So, yeah. So the 2-litre S model we're in today, above everything else that, it's got all the luxury features in it, but, blind spot detections on this one, lane change assist, rear cross traffic alert, which is good. And steering responsive headlights, so when you turn in the dark, the headlights are turned with you, which light up where you're going, which is nice. LED headlights, which is pretty good. So 18-inch wheels as well, which is good on this. Everything else runs 17s. So I think from a family-friendly point of view, though, mate, it's got plenty of room in the back.
Yeah, well, just when we were setting up before, I sat in the back there. So I'm 6 foot, and I sit comfortably in the back. There's plenty of leg room.
Yeah.
And just enough headroom. So if you're 6'1", you probably don't want to be in the back, but 6 foot, you sit in there very comfortably. So for a family, even with growing kids, there's plenty of space in the back there. Yeah.
Yeah. The boot space was pretty good too, actually. Like, you know, it's a fairly wide sort of boot when you want to put something straight in, like golf clubs or something like that.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Big entrance, big
good.
lid. Yep, absolutely.
In terms of probably all the features, like this infotainment system, it's pretty good too. I mean, it's got that voice activation. You can even change your temperature and things like that. Set temperature to 22.
Okay, setting temperature to 22.
That's really cool too.
Yep.
Pinch and zoom, very clear actually. Traffic alert.
I'm going to say first impressions sitting in the car were I was not expecting something as sort of luxurious feel as this. There's some certainly quite a few soft elements to it. So I know this is the top of the range one, but it exceeds the expectations when you come into it. And I think all the displays, there's sort of there's 3 displays in this car.
Yeah.
So you've got the big screen, you've got a further display in there that's giving you time and data on the car, and then the normal one in the dash, right in front of the driver. And they're all doing good stuff. Like we've got the speed, you can see what speed it is in this street, for instance, 50 km/h zone.
Yep.
That comes up on the screen. And it's a fairly big display, so it's luxury, and also the tech seems to be really good.
Yeah, it's got Apple CarPlay, Pandora, Android Auto. Yeah, you're right about that. I love the way that you've got contrasting stitching and a little bit of probably fake carbon fibre on the doors here. No, it's nice.
It's a $29,000 car, right?
Yeah.
So that's very good.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really good value for money, this thing.
We're just going around the back streets now, and it performs admirably, right?
Yeah.
Like it's really nimble in the steering, and the acceleration's enough just going around these 50 km/h, 60 km/h areas.
But if you want some fun,
there's been a few 70, 80 km/h sections, and when I've tried to accelerate into that, really I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I think I saw the stats that this is a second slower 0 to 100 than the previous model. Mm-hmm. And that's not the end of the world, but it's not really where every other car's going. Every other car's sort of getting faster with the technology that's improving. So it's a bit of a surprise. And I think under steep hills or on the open road, it probably wouldn't perform as well. Yeah, so I'd say it's a great city car. I'd say when you have to stretch its legs a little bit more, it struggles a little bit.
Yeah, I probably have to say that the CVT probably blunts the enjoyment a little bit on being a CVT transmission. But I mean, it does have its step gears and things like that. But yeah, I think coupled with the fact that the torque figure is actually fairly high in the rev range, and it's got just a fraction more power than the previous model. But like you say, there's other cars in that segment that the same price that actually have a bit more power and probably give a little bit more enjoyment to drive. Yeah, that's probably the only negative I can see. So,
yeah.
Okay, mate. You've had a drive of the new 2017 Impreza.
I have.
What do you reckon?
It's a very good car. I've got to say, just driving it around the streets, it does an incredibly good job. So this new platform that Subaru's come out, the Future platform, the first signs are really good for it. So steering, really direct, really comfortable. It's quiet just around the streets. It's really impressive. I've got to say, inside just really surprised me for a car that's sub 30k. It really was refined inside.
Yeah.
It's
and
got
how well
all the
equipped
tech.
it is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, tech and features, and I think importantly, when we look at family friendly, the safety features on this seem to be punching above its weight. So it's very impressive. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of good features in the car. Mate, it's got the room. I think it's it's enough. Like you're 6 foot. You sat all right in the back of this.
Absolutely.
You've got the practicality of a hatchback as well.
Yes.
You can get it in a hatch, which is good. So, mate, it's got a lot of good things going for it, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think the other thing to note is it being all-wheel drive as well, right? Which is different to its competitors in the market.
Yeah, which is a great safety feature, especially in bad weather.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think the only negative for me was it just felt 10 or 20% down on power and responsiveness. And those key features. So that may not be for everyone. That may not be an important attribute. So around the streets it was fine. It's just when we get to the longer, more open areas and up hills and things. But you know, I love the idea that it's all-wheel drive as well.
Yeah. I think, you know, family friendliness. Yep. Fun. Could do a little bit better. I think.
That's right. Yep.
That's right. That last question we always ask, the X Factor question: park the car, styling. You're going to look back at it?
I don't think it's one that's going to make me look back. I love the wheels on it. I think the styling is good. It's very Subaru. So for a lot of people, they just love that. I don't think this one will make me look back.
Okay. I'll probably disagree with you there. I like it. I like the sort of the boxiness of the car.
Yep.
Too many cars these days, I think, are, you know, like almost jelly mold type cars for aerodynamics and things like that. Subaru have stuck to their guns and actually have a you know, kind of a, you know, chunky looking car, which is great. I like that. But then again, we beg to differ.
We do.
Yep. All right, guys, just want to put a great big thanks out there to our friends at Subaru Australia for the loan of the Impreza today. And again, want to put out a great big thanks to everybody out there for keeping the views up. We just keep climbing and climbing, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty good for a couple of dads, I suppose. Just want to say thank you, and I guess we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.